boy hurt, so he couldn't run anyway. So in this Section 1 4x400, just 3 teams: Washington State, Penn State, and George Mason. Cougars down there in lane 4 will be starting out. Aaron Budalski, a freshman from Penn State, and then Adrian Vaughn, a freshman from George Mason.
Budalski taking the lead for Penn State. First lap at about 21.9 seconds.
Here comes GM. State coming in with a 3:07.27 clocking. Washington State, oh boy, hurting. Greg Hornsby not having a good time out there. The sophomore really struggling. Reached down for his leg. See a little bit of a wrap maybe going on there. He hands off, though, successfully to Brandon Dawson, but the race is up front between George Mason and Penn State. Lionel Williams of Penn State in classes, and Nick Vaughn, the junior from George Mason.
47.6 unofficially for the leadoff 2 legs that we just witnessed of Penn State and George Mason.
Brandon Dawson slowly but surely trying to get his Cougars back in this thing, but he has handled a huge deficit. George Mason now creating a little bit of a gap there. Nick Vaughn into the final turn, followed by Lionel Williams, the senior from Penn State, unable to respond. Mason will hand off first to Javel Bullard. For Penn State, it's Casimir Loxam.
Watch Loxam in the middle of the track there. Superb, outstanding 800-meter runner. He should be particularly strong trying to gain on George Mason in the second of the 2 laps. Oh, he's making up a little yardage now, but he's got great stamina. Let's see if he can reel in the leader of Javel Bullard, the junior from George Mason now. He's closing that gap.
It remains Javel Bullard of George Mason. That is Jacob Sealby, the freshman from Washington State, but they are well out of it. Final exchange. Mason will exchange first, but Penn State, Casimir Loxam did a nice job cutting down that lead. It anchors for George Mason, David Verberg, the sophomore, and for Penn State, Grady Garrett, the freshman.
Garrett, one of the outstanding 400-meter runners in the country last year. 46.35, top of my head, was the exact split that he had, I think, outdoors. He's just a terrific talent. Penn State, delighted that he came to their school. A Pennsylvania native, is he?
Joshua Anderson, the NCAA 400-meter hurdle champion, is anchoring for Washington State, but they're so far out of it, not even he can bring them back. Here comes the race. Down the final straightaway, it's going to be Penn State's Grady Garrett. Did a nice job of portioning out his effort. He brings his Nittany Lions home in first in this heat, followed by David Verberg of Mason, and then there's Joshua Anderson. What a stud that guy is. Toughest event in the sport, in my opinion, 400-meter hurdles, and this guy has been great since high school. Won the NCAA title as a freshman.